call to order the Harris Ranch Community Infrastructure District Number 1 Board Meeting, August 31st. Can we get a roll call, please?
Clegg.
Here.
Thompson.
Here.
Woodings.
Here.
All present.
And now I'd ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes of the Harris Ranch Community Infrastructure District Number 1 regular meeting July 20th, 2021 at 2 p.m.
Second,
Roll call?
Clegg.
yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Woodings.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
All right, great. We'll move into the agenda items, which there are two. And to get a kind of an overview of the two items, we're going to have David give a brief overview of those right now.
All right. Well, Mr. Chair, thank you very much. Members of the board, thank you for the opportunity to present today. As you mentioned, there are two resolutions before the board today. The first is a resolution to engage Givens Pursley to serve as litigation counsel for the district. The district staff are recommending the engagement of litigation counsel for two reasons. The first reason is to give the board proper access to counsel to advise them in the decisions on the projects that will be presented for approval in the near future. As you are aware, the residents of the district have written close to 200 emails expressing their objection and their concern regarding the projects that the developer has submitted. Litigation counsel will be able to assist and counsel the district in the claims that are in those letters. Secondly, as district staff have met with the Harris Ranch Taxpayers Association, represented by Messrs. Crowley and Doyle, the association has questioned the constitutionality of the district and stated that if the district moves forward with issuing a bond to finance the submitted projects, they will file suit challenging the bond, the projects, and the constitutionality of the district. Litigation counsel can help to advise the board on the strength of the Taxpayers Association's claims, and should the board decide to move forward with a bond resolution, litigation counsel will assist in the defense of the district's position. The district staff recommend Givens Pursley to the board because of their experience in litigating matters pertaining to bond issuances as well as real estate development. The two principal attorneys that would be working on the matter from Givens Pursley are Kim Melody and Melody McQuaid, and they're both present today. Both are partners at Givens Pursley. Kim has experience in complex private and public finance and has worked on some of the major development projects here in Boise. She also specializes in tax-exempt bond financing. And yes, and then Melody's focus is on litigation, where she has litigated cases throughout Idaho and before the Idaho Supreme Court, including a judicial confirmation on the constitutionality of another public financing. The second resolution updates the existing agreement between the city and the district to specifically address litigation costs. That concludes my prepared remarks. I'll stand for any questions.
Any questions for David? Thank you, David. So I guess we can open it up to discussion if there's any, and also motions.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to go ahead and put a motion on the table so that we can have discussion. I would move that we approve HRCID 9-2021 and HRCID 10-2021 resolution of the Board of Directors approving an engagement agreement and conflict waiver with Givens Pursley, and a resolution approving amendment number 1 to the agreement between the Harris Ranch CID and the city of Boise.
Can I ask a question before I second? Are you proposing we do both resolutions as one motion? Is that
Yes.
okay? I just wanted to make sure that that's what we were doing, make sure that was clear with everyone and okay way to do it.
Is that an okay way to do it?
Okay, second.
Discussion.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I have been in receipt of the volume of emails that came in from the Harris Ranch Taxpayers Association, as well as communications from the developer on this matter. And in the words of another one of our city team members, this is a little bit squishy. And since we're bound by this Idaho statute, and that's what we're here to implement, is Idaho statute that doesn't really clearly spell out a lot of these issues. There is some squishiness in there. I think that this is a really wise way to go forward. It will end up costing more money in the long run, because that's what engaging lawyers always does. And it's never my first choice. It's always my last choice, even though I have many friends who are lawyers and I really love them a lot. But I think in this case, it's very well warranted. I think that it will result in a better outcome, which is, I think, always the goal of engaging outside counsel for the city. So I want to thank staff, especially David, who has been very forthcoming in communicating with all stakeholders involved, has really been working hard to make sure that we're doing this process as cleanly and as I don't know, I guess, transparently as we possibly can. And I know that there's a lot of frustration on both sides. CIDs are very novel, and so I guess this is what you get with a novel statute. We all get to figure it out together. So I appreciate everyone's patience and our legal team and David for helping us get through this process together.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll also be supporting this motion for many of the same reasons. Additionally, I'd like to note that CIDs are not just unusual in Idaho, but this is the very first CID that was approved. It's the only one that's had any bonds approved. And as unfortunate as it is, the way the world works around new statute is that they often do have to have legal review at some point in order to determine that they do indeed meet the law. The second, one of the next CIDs that was approved actually did go through a judicial review, which gives me comfort that in hiring the outside legal team for this particular item, we can go back and look at the ruling on that, ensure that everything that this district has done is in keeping with that. And I think ultimately come out on stronger footing, knowing that the way the district is conducting its business is the appropriate way to do it. But as council member or as board member Woodings noted, this won't be cheap. It will cost the homeowners in Harris Ranch money ultimately. It will cost the developer time and money. My hope is that it doesn't cost the development the great success that it's enjoyed to date, but it is the prudent and responsible way to proceed given the point that we're at, I think, with the various issues that have been raised around the CID reimbursement.
Thank you. I'll just also note, I'm very supportive of these resolutions. I think it's a very prudent, as noted, approach going forward. I support all the comments that were made by my fellow board members. And I'll also just add that reviewed both resumes. We have very high qualified individuals that are going to be helping us out with this process. And I'm excited about that. So with that, I'll call for a roll call on these both of these resolutions at the same time. Thanks.
Do we have?
Clegg. Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes,
Woodings.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
thank you. And I'll note that that's notes that is approval of both resolutions on the agenda items. Okay, with nothing further.
Mr. Chair, I would like to move that we go into executive session regarding pending and probable litigation, Idaho Code 74-2061F.
Second,
Roll call?
Clegg,
yes.
Thompson.
Yes,
Wooding.
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
thank you.